Hi, I'm Mia.
And I'm Leo.
Today we're asking what would really change if a disaster like Titanic happened in the modern world?
Not because people are magically smarter now.
Because we have a whole extra layer of tools, rules, and witnesses. I know this sounds like a movie remake,
Honestly, it's a great English topic.
because we can talk about technology, pressure, and how people make decisions without turning it into a history lecture.
Right, same cold ocean, totally different world.
And the question forces us to be practical.
Not just would it sink, but would people admit the trouble earlier?
First, picture a huge modern passenger ship.
Not wooden decks and old radio rooms, but radar, satellites, live weather, and a lot of sensors?
So the first change probably isn't rescue.
It's prevention.
The crew would keep receiving data about the sea, the route, and other ships.
That doesn't guarantee perfection, but it makes ignorance a much harder excuse.
That's a useful line for big topics.
You don't jump straight to the disaster scene.
You say the biggest change might happen much earlier.
Exactly. The first change is prevention.
It makes your English sound calmer.
You're analyzing the system, not just describing the explosion scene.
So if Captain Leo is in charge, he just avoids the iceberg.
I hope so.
Modern ships can get better route data, weather alerts, and reports from nearby vessels.
But technology doesn't automatically make the brave decision.
A screen can put the problem in front of you.
It can't take the embarrassment of saying slow down for you. That's the interesting part.
A screen can show danger, but a person still has to say, "We slow down,"
And that sentence is hard in real life.
because everyone feels pressure from schedules, money, and pride.
A modern ship can still have business pressure, passenger expectations, and management voices.
Risk often doesn't walk in screaming. It whispers, "Maybe it's fine." I like the phrase, "call it early."
It means don't wait until the situation is too bad to deny.
Exactly.
You admit the risk early, even if it makes the room uncomfortable.
In a team, that's very mature English.
It doesn't sound dramatic, but it sounds responsible.
This is true in an office, too.
If a meeting is going badly, the first person to say, "Let's pause," looks annoying.
Right, but that person may be saving the whole project.
So the first English point in our modern Titanic is that safety sometimes sounds uncool.
You might say, "I don't want to create a problem."
But sometimes the real problem is that everyone is being too polite.
Let's say the worst still happens, and the ship hits ice.
Today, the next step would move much faster.
The ship could send digital distress signals, and coast guards or nearby ships would know the location sooner.
Phones would also push the story out almost instantly.
Rescue centers would start confirming coordinates, passenger numbers, and weather.
Meanwhile, the internet might already be guessing the cause.
That sounds like good news.
It is, but it would also be messy.
Passengers would call, stream, and message, while families on land saw pieces of the story.
So information gets faster, but panic gets faster too.
One person says, "We're okay," and another says, "I hear screaming."
Both lines may be true, but each is only one small piece.
That's such a useful sentence.
Faster does not mean clearer.
You can use it for news, work chats, even friend drama.
A lot of messages arriving at once doesn't mean people understand what is happening.
It also makes your tone more balanced.
You're not anti-technology, you're saying we still need judgment.
Another huge difference is lifeboats and safety drills.
Modern rules would require clearer procedures and more preparation.
Passengers might still panic.
But the crew would at least have a clearer plan to move people section by section.
A drill sounds boring until you actually need it.
Then the boring rule suddenly becomes the most useful thing on the ship.
Section by section sounds simple, but it's important.
In an emergency, one giant instruction can make people more scared.
Yes.
You want small instructions like take your coat, put on the life jacket. Follow this line.
That's natural workplace English, too.
When something is too big, break it into pieces so people can move.
But we should be careful not to make the modern world sound magical.
Sea rescue still depends on distance, weather, and darkness.
Technology can shorten the response time.
It can't make the ocean smaller.
That's why the map matters.
Viewers need to feel that however fast the phone is, the place itself is still far away.
Response time is a really practical phrase.
It doesn't mean how long the whole event takes.
It means how quickly the first useful action happens after a problem appears.
In a modern Titanic story, response time would be one of the biggest differences.
If the response time is short, people may still get hurt, but there is less confusion.
If the response time is long, a small problem grows into a big one.
I think that makes the story more realistic.
Because modern people have tools, but human fear doesn't get a software update.
Exactly.
If a ship tilts at night, people are still scared, confused, and looking for family.
And some people get very quiet.
Panic isn't always shouting, sometimes it's people suddenly unable to decide.
Phones would change passenger behavior.
People would ask for help, comfort family, and also record everything.
That's very human.
But it also means every decision might leave evidence.
Some videos might help rescuers understand the location.
Some videos might only make people outside more afraid.
Trail here doesn't mean a walking path.
It means a trace like data, video, messages, and time records.
So after a modern disaster, the question is not only what went wrong.
It is also who knew what and when.
You hear this in business news too.
If there is a data trail, it is harder to pretend nothing happened.
The investigation afterward would be very different.
Investigators would look at navigation data, communication records, maintenance logs, and passenger videos.
The company would also face faster public pressure.
A cold official statement probably wouldn't be enough.
People would want to know when the warnings appeared.
They would also ask why nobody hit pause at that moment.
So another useful phrase is own the mistake.
It doesn't mean you like the mistake.
It means you admit it clearly instead of hiding from it.
In the modern world, hiding usually makes people angrier.
If you say, "We're learning more," but never say what you know, it sounds empty.
People listen to tone and they watch actions.
This line works in daily life too.
If you forget to answer a message, don't build a huge story.
Just say, "You're right, that was my mistake."
Simple can sound more mature.
In English, being responsible doesn't always need a formal sentence.
Sometimes the most natural apology is short, clear, and not slippery.
So if Titanic happened today, would it definitely be stopped?
I wouldn't say definitely,
We'd have better warnings, faster rescue, and more evidence.
but we would still need someone to say early, pause, this isn't safe.
That may be the most modern part of the whole episode.
The more tools we have, the less lazy our judgment can be.
Take this line with you today.
Faster does not mean clearer.
If you see the risk, call it early.
If you make the mistake, own it.
We'll see you next time.